My parents kicked me out, so my brother could film shirtless TikToks in my room for his coaching business. I was paying their bills, so I cut them off. Now they're in meltdown, and the whole family is falling apart, piece by piece as I watch with my new family. Hey Reddit! My family kicked me out of my own room for my brother's fitness influencer dreams, so I cut them off completely and never looked back. Turns out they weren't ready for what came next. But before we get to that, let me start from the beginning. My name's Nolan. I'm 24. I work in marketing at a mid-sized firm downtown, and I'm tired in that way where even your bones feel heavy. I pulled into the driveway on a Thursday, 12 hours deep into back-to-back client presentations that went nowhere. The first thing I noticed was Brody's beat-up Honda parked where I usually park, my younger brother. Haven't seen him in 8 months, not since he dropped out of state school, and decided couch surfing with his dropout friends was a viable life plan. The second thing I noticed was the disassembled squat rack in his back seat. My gut dropped before I even opened the front door. Inside, the house smelled like reheated pasta and that specific kind of tension that comes right before someone drops bad news on you. Brody was on the couch eating my meal prep chicken straight from the Tupperware, scrolling through fitness Instagram like he owned the place. My mom Denise was in the kitchen wiping down counters that were already clean. My dad Alan hovered near the hallway, pretending to read something on his phone. Nobody looked at me when I walked in. Nolan, Mom said, not looking up. We need to talk about the living situation. I set my bag down slowly. Here we go. Brody's moving back home, she continued. He needs your room. My room? It's bigger, she said. Better lighting for his filming. And he needs space for his home gym equipment. Brody finally looked up from his phone. I'm starting an online personal training business, bro. Like, for real this time. I need a proper setup. This is my moment, you know. Where am I supposed to go? I asked. The guest room, Mom said, still wiping the same spot on the counter. The guest room is packed with Christmas decorations and old furniture. We'll move those to the garage. It'll be fine. It's half the size and faces the street. You're barely home anyway, Mom said. Always at that office. When does this need to happen? This weekend, she said. Sunday's good. 3 days. They were giving me 3 days. Brody finally looked up from his phone. Thanks for understanding, bro. This setup is going to be sick. I'm finally going to make this work. I stared at him. He had 127 followers on Instagram. His account was called at BrodyFit_transform. In the last 6 months, he'd posted 39 shirtless mirror selfies and maybe a dozen workout videos that got 15 likes each, mostly from people we went to high school with. He'd earned exactly $0. You're barely home anyway, Mom added. Always at that office. Plus, you don't need all that space for suits and a laptop, Brody said. I need room for my bench, squat rack, lighting, filming space, real equipment. I opened my mouth to argue, to point out that I actually live here, that I have a life, a workspace, things that matter. But Mom cut me off. Brody needs room for his equipment and content creation. He's building a business, a real business. Dad said nothing, didn't even look up from his phone, just stood there like a piece of furniture. What about the bills I pay? I asked. Mom didn't miss a beat. Obviously, you'll keep handling those. This is still your home. You're still part of this family. There it was. The thing that made my chest tight. For 2 years, I'd been paying $850 a month toward this house. Internet, utilities, groceries, streaming services, Mom's car insurance, things they'd asked me to help with that became permanent, things they stopped thanking me for after the first month. Brody needs to focus on building his brand right now, Mom continued. He can't be distracted by bills and responsibilities. Once his coaching business takes off, he'll contribute. I looked at Dad. He was still staring at his phone. Wouldn't meet my eyes. They weren't asking. They were telling. When do I need to be out? I asked quietly. Sunday's fine, Mom said. That gives you the weekend. Brody had already gone back to his phone, scrolling through fitness influencer accounts, probably imagining himself among them. I went upstairs to my room, the room I'd had since I was 9, posters from high school still on the walls, my desk where I'd done homework, written college applications, built the budget that kept this house running without them ever noticing. I sat on my bed and pulled up my bank statements. $867 last month, $891 the month before, $823 before that. I scrolled back. 2 years of payments, roughly $20,000. Downstairs, I could hear Brody doing loud push-ups, counting reps like he was filming. Then, Mom's voice. Nolan, can you grab protein powder on your way home from work tomorrow? Brody's almost out. Like nothing had just happened. I opened my laptop and searched for apartments. Then I opened a second tab and typed, "How to remove yourself from utility accounts." If they wanted me gone, I'd go completely. I found a studio apartment Friday morning during my lunch break. $1,100 a month, 35 minutes from work. Available immediately. Small but clean. The landlord didn't ask questions when I said I could sign today and move in tomorrow. I took a sick day. First one in 18 months. By noon, I was back at the house with boxes from U-Haul. Mom and Dad were at work. Brody was still asleep. I packed in silence. Clothes, books, laptop, the desk I'd bought myself sophomore year of college. Everything that was mine. 2 years of life folded into boxes and garbage bags. Brody wandered out around noon wearing compression shorts and a tank top, protein shaker in hand. He saw the boxes stacked by my door and stopped. "Yo, you taking all that?" "It's mine." "Yeah, but I was gonna use that bookshelf for my supplements and equipment." "Get yours," I said. "Damn, okay, chill, bro." He scrolled through his phone. "You got a link to where you bought it?" I didn't answer. Just carried another box down to my car. 3 trips. That's all it took to remove myself from this house. Mom got home around 3 p.m. She stood in the driveway watching me load the last box, arms crossed. "You're not seriously being dramatic about this, are you?" "I'm doing what you asked. I'm leaving." "We're not kicking you out. We're just reorganizing. This is what families do. We make space for each other." I closed the trunk. She followed me to the driver's side door. "So about the utilities transfer, I'll send you the account info. You've got 30 days before they shut off." Her face changed. "Wait, what do you mean shut off? The accounts are in my name. You'll need to open new ones." "That's ridiculous. Just keep paying them. We can Venmo you our share." I looked at her. Really looked at her. "You've never Venmo'd me your share. Because you live here. You benefit from these services. I won't live here as of right now. You're being incredibly selfish. Your father is going to hear about this." I got in my car. Brody was on the porch now, filming himself with his phone. "Hey bro, before you go, can you show me how to reset the Wi-Fi router? It keeps cutting out when I'm trying to upload videos." I backed out of the driveway without answering. Dad's car passed mine 2 blocks away. He was heading home. I watched him in my rearview mirror. He didn't slow down, didn't turn around, just kept driving toward the house like nothing was happening. He didn't even wave. The studio smelled like cigarettes and cheap air freshener. One room, a bathroom, a kitchen that was really just a counter with a hot plate. But it was mine. Just mine. I unloaded the boxes in silence and stacked them against the wall. Ordered pizza. Ate it sitting on the floor. Around 10 p.m., my phone started buzzing. 4 missed calls from Mom. I let them ring through. That night, I slept on an air mattress that leaked slowly. Woke up at 2 a.m. half deflated on the floor. Sunday morning, I spent 3 hours on my laptop, removing my name from everything. Electric company, account closure requested, effective October 30th. Internet provider, same. Water, gas, Hulu, Netflix, Spotify Family Plan, YouTube Premium, Amazon Prime. One by one, I filled out the forms. Uploaded proof of my new address, requested account closures. Then I typed up an email to my parents. Subject line, account information, action required by October 30th. I listed every service, the average monthly cost, the company phone numbers they'd need to call to set up new accounts. Attached a spreadsheet showing 24 months of payments, organized by category. No greeting, no explanation, no sign-off. I hit send. The rest of Sunday was quiet. I bought furniture from IKEA and Facebook Marketplace. A bed frame, a desk, a bookshelf, actual plates instead of paper. The apartment started feeling less like hiding and more like living. I checked my email once. The message to my parents showed read at 6:40 p.m. No response. Monday morning, I went back to work. Big presentation coming up. Major client. Potential promotion on the line. By Tuesday morning, I'd almost forgotten about them. Then my phone started buzzing during a meeting. 6 texts, 3 calls, all from Mom. I silenced it and kept my focus on the presentation deck in front of me. The last text preview lit up my screen. "The internet isn't working. Brody has a client consultation call in an hour. Call me now." I flipped my phone face down. Brody didn't have clients. After the meeting, I listened to the voicemails. Mom's voice, progressively more frantic across 6 messages. "The Wi-Fi isn't connecting. Did you forget to pay the bill? Nolan, this isn't funny. Brody can't film content without internet. He has a posting schedule. Your father tried calling them and they said the account is closed. What did you do? Brody missed a consultation call because of you. Do you know how unprofessional that makes him look? You are being incredibly immature. Call me back right now. Brody had texted too. Dude with no internet? I have sponsors reaching out and I can't even check my DMs. This is sabotage, bro. I deleted everything. Brody didn't have sponsors either. Wednesday afternoon, Aunt Linda called. Denise's sister. We talked maybe twice a year. Your mother is very upset. What's going on? I moved out. I closed accounts in my name. That's it. She said you abandoned them without warning and left them with no internet or power. I gave them 30 days notice and all the account information they needed. Brody is trying to start a business. Do you know how hard it is for young people right now? Do you know how much I paid in bills over the last 2 years? Silence on the other end. Family doesn't keep score, Nolan. $20,000. That's not keeping score. That's just math. More silence. If Brody wants to be a business owner, he should learn how to pay bills. She didn't call back. Thursday morning, my boss pulled me aside after the client presentation. We'd landed it. $340,000 annual contract. We're promoting you to senior account manager. 18% raise. Starts next month. First genuinely good news in 2 weeks. My salary jumped from $68,000 to $80,000. I celebrated alone that night in my studio apartment with an expensive drink I'd been saving. Toasted to myself in the empty room. To not being useful anymore. Friday evening, someone pounded on my door. I looked through the peephole. Dad. I opened the door but didn't invite him in. We talked in the hallway. He looked exhausted. Older than I remembered. You need to fix this. Fix what? The bills. The internet. All of it. Your mother is losing her mind. Brody's business is suffering. Then they can call the companies and set up new accounts. You know we can't afford all that without your help. I stared at him. Where were you when she kicked me out? She didn't kick you out. She just needed to reorganize. Where were you? He looked at his shoes. I tried to talk to her. She wouldn't listen. You didn't try hard enough. You didn't try at all. If you don't help us, things are going to get really difficult. You should have thought of that before giving my room away for a home gym. This is your family. No, that's your family. I'm just the guy who paid the bills so Brody could take shirtless selfies. He's trying to build something. He's 22 years old with 170 Instagram followers. That's not building something. That's screwing around. Dad flinched. Your mother thinks you owe us. I don't owe you anything. I already gave you 2 years and 20 grand. He left without another word. Walked down the hallway like a man who knew he was wrong but couldn't admit it. That night, I blocked Mom's number. Kept Dad unblocked for reasons I didn't fully understand yet. Blocked Brody. I checked Instagram one last time before deleting the app. Brody had posted a rant in his stories. Fake family is worse than no family. Some people will smile in your face then stab you in the back. I see you. Keep that same energy, 100% hashtag betrayed, hashtag fake family, hashtag staying focused, posted from my parents' house using their new data plan. They'd gotten internet again somehow. I screenshot it, saved it, then deleted Instagram entirely. Sunday night, sitting at my new desk, I realized I hadn't thought about them all day. Small victory. I opened my laptop to catch up on work emails. One caught my eye. Company newsletter featuring my recent client win. My name in bold. Senior Account Manager Nolan drives major Q4 win. First time my name had been associated with something I was proud of in months. Monday morning, I got a LinkedIn message. Harper Clark, project manager at a partner company. We'd met briefly at a conference 6 months ago. Good conversation. Smart. Direct. I'd thought about reaching out but never did. Hey, saw your promotion announcement. Congrats on the client win. Want to grab coffee and talk about potential collaboration between our teams? I stared at the message. First person to congratulate me, who wasn't paid to care. I typed back, coffee sounds great. How's Thursday? Her response came within minutes. Perfect. 10 a.m. at Riverside Coffee. See you there. I closed my laptop and looked around the studio. Small space. Quiet. Mine. My phone buzzed once. Unknown number. Probably Mom calling from someone else's phone. I let it ring through. Whatever they needed, whatever crisis Brody had created, whatever guilt trip Mom wanted to deploy, it wasn't my problem anymore. I was done being the fix-it guy. For the first time in 2 years, my life was my own. Thursday couldn't come fast enough. 6 months disappeared faster than I expected. Harper and I had been dating for 4 months. Coffee turned into lunch, lunch turned into dinner, dinner turned into weekends at her place or mine. She asked about my family once over Thai food in February. We don't talk. Do you want to talk about why? Not yet. She nodded and changed the subject. Never pushed. That's when I knew she was different. Work was good. I managed 3 major accounts now. The promotion came with real responsibility. Longer hours, but better money. No contact from my parents since Dad showed up at my door. Complete silence. But Uncle Rick reached out. Dad's younger brother. Always been the black sheep of the family. Never bought into Mom's nonsense. We met for coffee in March. Your dad won't tell me what happened, Rick said. But Denise is telling everyone at family events that you stole money and abandoned Brody when he needed support. I pulled out my phone and forwarded him something I'd prepared months ago. 28 pages. Every bill, every transfer, every receipt. 2 years of payments documented. He scrolled through it, face getting darker with each page. Jesus Christ, kid. I knew she was controlling, but this is financial abuse. We started meeting monthly after that. Sometimes his daughter Morgan joined us. She was my age, graphic designer. Had always hated how Denise treated me. I told my mom years ago that your family was weird, Morgan said one afternoon. The way they talked about you versus Brody. Like you were the help. Through them, I got updates on Brody. His fitness coaching career was dead. 183 followers, 0 clients. He'd tried selling training programs and running challenges. Nobody bought in. New plan, day trading crypto. Convinced Denise to give him $8,000. Lost it all in 6 weeks. Current plan, NFT fitness programs. Whatever the hell that meant. Still living at home. Still unemployed. Still posting shirtless selfies. Recent post, according to Morgan, they laugh at visionaries until the vision becomes reality. 11 likes. April hit like a freight train. Rick called me at work on a Tuesday. Voice serious. Your dad had a heart attack. He's at County General. Everything went cold. Is he okay? Stable. Minor one, but a warning. Stress-related, the doc said. But you should know. I hung up and sat in my car for 20 minutes. Harper texted, "Lunch?" My dad had a heart attack. Her response was immediate. "I'm coming to you." She showed up 15 minutes later with sandwiches. Sat with me in silence until I was ready to talk. "Do you want to go see him?" "I don't know." I went alone that evening. 8 p.m. Hoped Denise wouldn't be there. She was. Dad was in the bed, hooked to monitors, looking older than his 52 years. Denise saw me walk in. Her face cycled through shock, anger, relief, then entitlement. "Finally, you're here. We need to talk about—" "I'm not here for you." I walked past her to Dad's bed. He was awake, groggy from medication. Saw me and started crying immediately. "How are you feeling?" I'm sorry." "For what?" "All of it. I didn't—" His voice cracked. Couldn't finish. Denise interrupted. "Nolan, your father needs rest. But since you're here, we need to discuss the medical bills. Insurance won't cover everything and—" I turned to her slowly. "Get out." "Excuse me. I came to see him. Not you. Get out or I leave." "How dare you!" I walked toward the door. "Denise, please." Alan's voice was weak but firm. She didn't leave. Instead, she launched into a tirade right there in the hospital room. She launched into the usual script. I'd abandoned them. I'd sabotaged Brody's business. I owed them for raising me. "Brody didn't have a business," I said. "He had an Instagram account and a bench press. We gave you everything. I gave you $20,000. We're even." A nurse entered. "Ma'am, you need to keep your voice down or I'll have to ask you to leave. This is my family. I'll speak however I—" I walked out. Dad watched me go. Tears running down his face. Said nothing. Didn't defend me. Didn't tell Mom to stop. Just laid there. I sat in my car in the parking lot, hands shaking. Texted Harper, "I shouldn't have come. Do you want me to come get you?" "No, I'm okay. I'll be home soon." "I love you." First time either of us said it. I stared at the text, vision blurring. Typed back, "I love you too." That night, Harper held me while I stared at the ceiling. He didn't say anything. She went off on me and he just laid there. I know. Why wasn't I enough? You were always enough. They just couldn't see it. Alan texted 3 days later from a new number. "Thank you for coming. I'm sorry about your mother. I'm sorry for everything." I didn't respond for a week. Then, "Focus on recovering. Can we talk sometime? Just us?" "I'm not ready." "I understand. I'll wait." 1 year after leaving, my life looked nothing like it had before. I'd been promoted again. Account director now. $87,000 salary, managing a team of 4. Moved to a better apartment in May. 1 bedroom with a balcony and an actual kitchen. Harper basically lived there. Her toothbrush in the bathroom, her clothes in half the closet, her coffee mug on the counter every morning. We'd been together 10 months. She'd met Rick and Morgan, my co-workers, my college friends. She hadn't met my parents. Didn't ask, didn't need to. We got engaged over Christmas. Simple proposal at her parents' place. No big production. Just me, Her and a ring I'd been saving for. She said yes before I even finished asking. We set the wedding date for June. Small ceremony. Close friends and family only. Harper posted a photo of the ring on Instagram a few days later. Simple caption, easiest yes of my life. I didn't have social media anymore. Hadn't for months. But I forgot that Rick followed Harper. He commented, "Congratulations to you both. Can't wait for the wedding." Then shared it to his Facebook. Dad saw it. He was friends with Rick. Next morning, I woke to a text from a number I didn't recognize. "Congratulations, son. I'm proud of you. She looks wonderful. I wish I could be there." I showed Harper over coffee. "What do you want to do?" "I don't know. I left it on red for 3 days. Kept rereading it. I wish I could be there." Like something was stopping him. Like he didn't have a choice. Day 4, my phone rang. Unknown area code. I answered thinking it was work-related. "Nolan, I heard you're getting married and you didn't even tell your own mother?" I hung up immediately. She called back 6 times from different numbers. I blocked them all. That evening, an email arrived. The email was exactly what I expected. She was my mother. She had a right to be involved. Harper deserved to meet her future mother-in-law properly. How could I exclude Brody? They were willing to move past this if I was. They wanted to help pay for the wedding. Harper looked at me. Is she serious? She thinks she can buy her way back in. What are you going to do? Nothing. I didn't respond to the email, but I drafted a text to Dad. Took me 2 days to finalize it. Rewrote it 11 times. Finally sent it. There's a seat for you at the wedding if you want it. Just you. Not Denise. Not Brody. Your choice. Wedding is June 21st. RSVP by May 15th. He read it at 11:44 p.m. Read receipt showed immediately. No response. Days passed, then weeks. Harper asked once in early April, "Any word from your dad?" "No. I'm sorry. I'm not surprised." But I checked my phone more often than I should have. April 30th came and went. No response from Alan. June 7th, 1 week before the wedding. I was brushing my teeth before bed when my phone buzzed. Text from Dad. "I can't come. Denise says if I go without her and Brody, she'll divorce me. I can't afford that right now. Not with the medical bills and everything else. I'm sorry, Nolan. I hope you understand. You deserve to be happy." I read it 3 times. Spit toothpaste in the sink. Showed Harper. I typed a response. "I understand completely. You chose her over me again. This is the last time you'll get the chance. Don't contact me anymore." Hit send, blocked his number, deleted the entire text thread. Felt nothing but clarity. Wedding week moved fast. Work, venue, walkthrough, rehearsal dinner. Harper asked the night before. No regrets about them not being there? They were never really there anyway. Wedding morning, I was getting ready with my groomsmen when Rick pulled me aside in the hallway. "Your dad called me last night, 2 a.m. He's a mess, crying. Wanted me to convince you to let him come." "What did you tell him?" "I told him he made his choice and now he gets to live with it." Then I told him he's a coward and hung up. I nodded slowly. "Thank you." But Nolan, I think he's finally seeing it. What she is, what he's let happen, what he's lost, it's destroying him. Good. You sure about that? He had 1,000 chances to choose me. He chose her every single time. He doesn't get to be destroyed now and expect my sympathy. Rick squeezed my shoulder. "Fair enough. Let's get you married." The ceremony started at 4 p.m. 2 empty seats in the front row on the groom's side. I left them there on purpose. Wanted the absence visible. We honeymooned in Colorado. 5 days of hiking and small-town breweries. I barely looked at my phone. For 5 days, my past didn't exist. Thursday evening, we got back to the apartment. Mail piled up on the counter. Bills, wedding cards, junk. I checked my email while Harper unpacked. One from Morgan. "You need to see this. Sorry to ruin the honeymoon glow. Brody got arrested. DUI. Hit a parked car. No one was hurt, but he's in serious trouble and Denise is having a full meltdown. Thought you should know, even if you don't care anymore. Call me if you want details. -M attachment. Screenshot of local news article." Harper read over my shoulder. "Oh my God, is he okay?" "He's alive. He's stupid, but he's alive. Are you going to reach out or—" "No." I deleted the email. Ordered takeout. We watched a movie. I didn't think about Brody again. Monday, Rick called during lunch. "Your dad's been calling me. Won't stop. Asking for your number." I told him I'd ask you first. Why does he want it now? Brody's bail is $15,000. Denise has been calling everyone in the family begging for money. I said no. Morgan said no. Even Aunt Linda said no. She's demanding Alan liquidate his retirement account to bail Brody out. And he said no. Long pause. He said no? Told her Brody needs to face real consequences for once. She threatened to divorce. He didn't back down. Good for him. Doesn't change anything. Nolan, I think your dad's finally breaking. He asked if there were photos from the wedding. What did you tell him? That it was beautiful. That Harper looked gorgeous. That you looked happy. And that he missed it because he's a coward who chose wrong. He's not asking for my number to get money, is he? No. I think he just wants to talk. He sounded broken. I'm not ready to care about that yet. Fair. Just wanted you to know. 3 months passed. Through Rick, I heard the updates. Brody pleaded guilty. Lost his license for 2 years. 200 hours community service, 18 months probation, $7,500 in fines. Denise took out a personal loan at 19% interest to pay his fines. $12,000. But she didn't stop there. Bought him a used car for $8,500 because he needed reliable transportation for job hunting. Brody still had no job. Hadn't had one in 3 years. October. Alan came home from work to find a letter from the bank. Denise had taken out the $12,000 loan without telling him. Joint account, both their names. He also found the receipt for the car purchase. According to Rick, who heard from Diane, who heard from a neighbor, the fight was nuclear. Alan confronted her at the kitchen table. $12,000 in debt she'd hidden from him. Another car for Brody, who still had no job. The fight was nuclear. Denise defended Brody. He'd made a mistake. He needed support. He needed transportation. Alan finally snapped. Brody was 23 with no job, no license, and no future. Meanwhile, I had a degree, a career, a marriage. Nolan abandoned us, Denise screamed. No, we abandoned him. And I'm done pretending we didn't. Then get out. Alan packed a bag that night. Motel for a week, then a month-to-month rental. Filed for divorce 3 weeks later. Rick told me over coffee. Okay, I said. That's it? What do you want me to say? That I'm happy they're miserable? I'm not. I'm just numb to it. He's asking about you. A lot. Good for him. But I felt something. A small crack in the wall I'd built. Thanksgiving week. Harper and I hosted. Rick, Diane, Morgan, Harper's parents, work friends. 10 people crammed around a table meant for 6. Chaotic. Warm. Real. I was carving the turkey when my phone buzzed. Harper checked it. Unknown number. She read it aloud. It's from your dad. Using Rick's old phone. Says, "This is Alan. I know you blocked me. I just wanted to say I'm thankful you exist, even if you don't want me in your life anymore. I'm sorry for all of it. I'm in therapy now, trying to be better, even though it's too late. I hope you're happy. You deserve to be. Dash. Dad." I set down the carving knife. You okay? Yeah, I'm good. I didn't respond. But I didn't delete it either. 6 months later, Harper was 12 weeks pregnant. We closed on a house in May. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, small yard, needed cosmetic work but solid bones. $340,000. Our names on the deed. Nobody else's. I'd been promoted to senior director of accounts. $105,000 salary. Leading a department. Life was objectively, undeniably good. I thought about Alan sometimes. Not often, but sometimes. The Thanksgiving text was still in my phone. Hadn't responded. Hadn't deleted it. Alan didn't text often from Rick's phone. Every few months, a message appeared. Saw your company got that healthcare contract. Congratulations. Happy birthday, Nolan. Rick mentioned you're buying a house. That's wonderful. Really proud of you. I never responded, but I read everyone. March. Rick told me over lunch the divorce was final. Alan got destroyed. Denise got the house, 60% of savings, her car. Alan was paying off half of Denise's loan for Brody. Joint debt. He's living in a 1-bedroom apartment, working overtime. Won't be financially recovered for 8 years. He's 53 years old. Is Brody still living with her? Where else would he go? He can't even get a job at Target. April. A letter arrived at our new house. Handwritten envelope. No return address, but I recognized the handwriting. Harper found it. There's a letter here. From your dad. I stared at it for 20 minutes before opening it. 3 pages. Alan's scratchy handwriting. He admitted everything. That he chose comfort over protecting me. That he enabled Brody and let Denise hurt me because he was too weak to stand up to her. That he's in therapy twice a week trying to fix himself even though it's too late. Rick had shown him wedding photos. He saw me happy without him. The letter ended. I'm alone now anyway, and I deserve it. If you ever want to talk, even just once, I'm here. I'm so sorry, Nolan, for all of it. I read it twice. Set it on the kitchen counter. Didn't throw it away. Didn't respond. Just left it there. That night, Harper asked, "What are you going to do?" I don't know. Do you want to see him? Part of me does. Part of me thinks it's way too late. It is too late. For what you needed then. But maybe it's not too late for something different now. Like what? I don't know. But you get to decide. Not him. Not me. You. 3 weeks later, I texted Rick. If my dad asks for my number again, you can give it to him. 2 days later, a text from a new number. It's Alan. Rick said, "You're okay with me having this. Thank you. That means more than you know. If you ever want to get coffee, I'm around. No pressure, no expectations." I waited 5 days. Then, Saturday, 10 a.m. Riverside Coffee on 5th Street. 1 hour. That's it. I'll be there. Thank you. I got there 15 minutes early. Corner table. Escape route visible. Alan walked in at 9:58 a.m. Older, thinner, grayer, tired. Saw me and froze for a second, then walked over slowly. "Thanks for meeting me. Sit down." He sat. Awkward silence. "I'm not going to waste your time with small talk. I know you don't owe me anything." "You're right. I don't. Why didn't you stand up for me?" "Not once. Not ever." Long pause. He stared at his coffee. "Because I was scared." Of what? Of her anger? Of conflict? Of being alone? Of having to admit I married someone I couldn't fix and stayed anyway. I know how pathetic that sounds. It is pathetic. I know. You chose that over your son. Over me. I did. And I'll regret it every day for the rest of my life. That doesn't change anything. I know. But I need you to hear it anyway. We sat for 90 minutes. He asked about Harper, the house, the baby. I gave short answers, still guarded. He told me about therapy, about what he was learning. I spent 30 years avoiding conflict. It cost me everything that mattered. Yeah, it did. At the end, I'm not ready to have you in my life yet. I understand, but I'm not saying never. I'm saying not yet. His eyes teared up. That's more than I deserve. Yeah, it is. I got up to leave, turned back. Don't make me regret this. I won't. We met every 6 to 8 weeks after that. Coffee, sometimes lunch. Alan never pushed, always showed up on time, respected every boundary. Month 6, I told him about the baby. December, Harper gave birth. Carter James, healthy. 2 days later, I texted Alan a photo. First photo I'd ever sent him. Just the baby. He's beautiful. Congratulations to you both. Thanks. 3 months later. Do you want to meet him? Are you sure? 1 hour. At our house. Harper will be there. Don't bring anything. Don't overstay. I'll be there. Alan showed up exactly on time with one thing. A children's book. Hardcover. Met Harper properly for the first time. I'm sorry I missed your wedding. I'm sorry I wasn't there when Nolan needed me. I don't expect forgiveness, but I'm grateful you're letting me be here now. Harper, direct as always. Yeah, me too. But you're here now, so don't miss it up. Alan almost laughed. Yes, ma'am. He held Carter for 8 minutes. Tears the whole time. Over the next year, Alan became a peripheral presence. Not close, but there. Visits every 2 to 3 months. Birthday cards for Carter. Never asked about Denise or Brody. One day I caught myself thinking, he's trying. Actually trying. That mattered. Not enough to erase the past, but enough to build something small in the present. 2 years after the wedding, the karma caught up. Denise lost the house. Couldn't afford the mortgage. Too much debt. Sold at a loss during a down market. Moved to a 2-bedroom apartment near the highway. Worked 2 part-time jobs at 56. Retail and gym reception. Brody still lived with her. 25 years old. No job, no license, no prospects. His Instagram was private now. At Brody Unfiltered. 193 followers. Denise posted Facebook rants about loyalty and family values. No one engaged. Aunt Linda unfriended her. Most of the family muted or blocked her. She told anyone who'd listen. My son won't even talk to me, and I don't know why. Rick finally told her at a family funeral. Yes, you do, Denise. You just won't admit it. She blocked him. August. A letter from Denise arrived at our house. 3 pages of half apologies and victim mentality. She didn't know what she'd done wrong. She'd sacrificed everything for Brody. Dad had abandoned them. She'd always loved me. Ended by asking me to help Brody find a job. Still asking for something. I threw it away immediately. 5 years after leaving, I was 29. Owned a house worth $390,000. Married 4 years. Son Carter was almost 3. Daughter due in 3 months. Alan was Grandpa Alan now. Visited once a month. They had dinner every 6 weeks. Not perfect. Still distance. But honest. Rick and Morgan were regulars at family dinners and birthdays. Denise still worked 2 jobs, barely making rent. Brody still lived with her at 27. Still the same loser he'd been at 22. Unemployed. Got fired from a warehouse temp job after 3 weeks. She posted on Facebook about being betrayed. Talked about me at work. No one wanted to hear it anymore. Sunday afternoon, late summer. Carter's third birthday party in our backyard. 15 people. Batman theme, small bounce house. Alan was teaching Carter to kick a soccer ball. Wearing a world's okayest grandpa shirt Morgan got him as a joke. I closed my eyes and felt something I hadn't felt in years. Peace. YouTube just dropped this new hype feature. If you're hooked on this story, smash that hype button. It tells YouTube this video deserves to blow up, and it keeps even crazier stories coming your way.